We continue this topic, Sri Guru and His grace. So Guru is more than meets the eye. It is said, of course, that the connection with the Spirit Master is eternal. Chakshidan diloye jamne jamne prabhu sai. But we must not identify our Guru with the appearance we perceive with our physical senses. Our inner identification of him will be clarified according to the growth of our vision. When our vision increases and takes shape from material to transcendental, his look will also change accordingly. A man is sometimes known most externally, by his uniform, and then by his body, then by his mind, then by his intelligence. As much as our eye will develop to see things rightly, what we are seeing will also change its face. Krishna says, Acharyam Mam Vijaniyan. Ultimately, it is I who am the Acharya. It is the function of divinity, and in different stages there may be different forms. Different acharyas may work at the same time. So the knowledge, the ideal is growing from subtle to gross. And the depth of the vision of the eye will disclose the different features of the different acharyas. It will go in different rasas to the highest position by a gradual process of realization. Otherwise, our knowledge will be based on the material conception. And to force the material conception onto divinity is a crime. It is ignorance, it is erroneous. So we have to free ourselves from the snare of identifying reality with the physical form presented to our senses. The eyes deceive us. They cannot give us the proper form or color. The ears cannot give us the proper sound. The concrete reality is beyond the experience of our senses. So then what is that thing? Because we are in such a low position, we can gradually go there to the inner world only with the help of our Guru. But how can we recognize our Guru? Sometimes in the winter he wears a particular dress, and in the summer he wears another dress. If we attach so much importance to the external dress, then what should we do? Should we think that the dress is indispensable to the body? The Guru may come to us in a particular body. Suppose the Guru appears as a young man When he has become an old man and the young form has grown into another form, how are we to recognize him? How are we to differentiate? Again, in one birth he may have come in a particular body, and in another time he may appear in a different body. The same Guru may appear differently at different times. So how are we to recognize him? From the external consideration we must go to the internal. If I am devoid of flesh and blood, and I exist only in a subtle body, then I shall also find my Guru there, in a subtle body. The demigods, Gandharvas and Siddhas, the perfect beings in the heavenly planets also have their Gurus, but they do not have a material body, nor does their Guru have a material body. So by eliminating the external conception, we have to enter into the internal. And that will be all important to a progressive disciple. That does not mean that one should disregard the physical form of our Guru. But the real importance is within. We must worship the remnants of the Guru, his coat, his boots, his sandal. But that does not mean that the shoes is superior to his body. We must serve his person. In a similar way, if we are eager to do some physical service for him, if we want to massage his feet, but he does not desire that and says, no, 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 then should we do that? Our internal obedience to him will be higher. In this way we have to make progress from the gross to the subtle. Who is Guru? Where is he to be located? What is his ideal? What does he really want me to do? These things must not be dismissed from our ears. We must not give only formal adherence. We want the spiritual way. The spiritual man is going to the spiritual world to have the spiritual realization. It is all a spiritual transaction. And all conception of mundane, whether physical, mental, or intellectual, should be eliminated in our journey if we want to go to the inner world, the substance. So this attitude will decide our real progress, our real design of life. Our fulfillment comes always from the inner side. If one can catch up that thread, then he can go and get things of that higher spiritual quality. We may appreciate the beautiful figure, style, movement, and the intellectual delivery of the spiritual master. And so many other things may be appreciable. But what should be the highest focal point of our realization? What should be our highest aim for which we will eliminate everything else? So progress means elimination and acceptance. And our spiritual life must always be a dynamic thing. Otherwise we shall be dead. Progress means acceptance and elimination. The scientists also say this in their theory of natural selection. Survival of the fittest. Nature is selecting some and eliminating others. Life is dynamic. We are living in a dynamic world. Everywhere we find acceptance and elimination. That is progress. And our life must be progressive, not static. To get the grace of Nityananda Prabhu, we should try as far as possible to study the character of Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu, to serve him, to serve his Dham and his devotees. That will easily help us attain the grace of Nityananda Prabhu. There will always be so many practical dealings in our present stage, but we must always keep the highest ideal over our heads. With this ideal we shall be able to make progress. Our ideal, our highest motto, that is our all in all in life. To be acquainted with the conception of the highest ideal and to be on the path of realization of that goal is the greatest wealth in one's life. Is something clear? Some question? There's no standstill. It always goes, changes, or the young body will vanish, we will get the old, all 7 years so far I understood. It's nothing the same in the body. Everything changed. But you also have changed. You're the same person. So 7.7 or 7.10, I have changed my body 10 times already. Nothing same. But I remember my past bodies. But there's nothing left from this. This is nature. This vanishing, the old, the weak, and the new comes up. It doesn't mean this is now new, but according in this life. The same is here, it is on the subtle plane, it's the same. I go. Hare Krishna. Yes, there's also mind, mental And some may not at once, from the childhood they have the same, even when they are 70 or 80, they're running for like child, like young men or ladies for the same goal what they ran 50 years ago. No change. Mental, the subtle body, the external body change. But we should also, the subtle body should change. We should advance. And the intellectual, so this is important. Srila Rupa Raghunath Das Goswami prays, I only aspire after one thing. I cherish the hope that one day I may be welcomed into the plane where Radhika and Madhava are in their glory, sitting and playing. That should be our prospect. This is found in Raghunath Das Goswami's prayer to his Guru. He says, Nama sestamanavasatsi puttamatasvarupam rupam dasagatam urvari marunim gostapati mirada gandham girivaram horadhikamara sampraptasya kripaya sikaram nadosmi. I am fully indebted to Sri Gurudev. Why? He has given me so many things. He has given me the highest conception of the holy name of Krishna, the highest form of sound, which contains the highest form of thoughts, aspiration, ideal, everything. And next he has given me the mantra. The name is there within the mantra. Without the name, mantra is nothing. If the name of Krishna is withdrawn and replaced with another name, the mantra will give the opposite result. The name of Krishna is all in all. And within the mantra, the name is couched in a particular way as a sort of prayer. And then he says, He has given me the service of that great Savior, the son of Mother Sachi. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is like a golden mountain standing to show the direction of Krishna Leela. And Gurudev has brought me to the lotus feet of Mahaprabhu's most favorite personal assistant, Svarutamudha, who is the representation of Lalita Devi, the most favorite friend of Radhika. Then he has brought me in the connection with Sri Rupa, who was ordered to distribute the highest kinds of devotional love, rasa. Vaidhi Bhakti, the worship of the Lord in awe and reverence, is of a lower order. But Raganuga Bhakti, spontaneous love, the heart's innermost feelings, was distributed through Srila Rupa Goswami. Mahaprabhu considered Sri Rupa the best to deal with Raganuga Bhakti. So Das Goswami says, then by his grace, I have achieved the association of Srila Sanatana Goswami, who adjusts our position in relation to Raganuga Bhakti. He explains the path of Vaidhi Bhakti and gives us Sambandha Gyan, the knowledge of what is what, a proper acquaintance with the environment. Then he says, Gurudev has given me Mathura Mandala, where Radha and Govinda have their pastimes, where the forest, the hills, every creeper, shrub and grain of sand, everyone is bearing the acquaintance of Radha, Krishna Leela. And wherever I shall cast my glance, they will help me in my remembrance of Radha and Govinda. I have received all these things from my Gurudev. Vrindavan, where the cows and the milkmen have their village constructed. I am becoming acquainted with their association, their nature and their feelings of love for Krishna. By the grace of Gurudev, I have become acquainted with Radha Kunda, the favorite place of Radha and Govinda, for their pastimes. And this great Govardhan. And lastly, he gave me the hope that one day I can get the service of Sri Radhika and Madhava. I have been given all this assurance by my Gurudev. So how? So I bow down. I bow my head with all my respects to his lotus feet. So if we are conscious of all these spiritual matters, then we can think that we have approached our Gurudev properly. What is our Guru? What is his mission? It is filled with all these things, devoid of that. What is our interest? So one devotee asked the question, there are so many visions about the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, ISKCON. But what should the real vision of ISKCON be? Maharaj says, in this verse, Raghunath Das Goswami gives a real acquaintance on what is ISKCON. Namashestam anavasachibhuttamatta swarupam. ISKCON must not deviate from this line. We have not come here to deceive ourselves, but to fulfill ourselves. ISKCON will fulfill everyone's inner demand, even extending to the vegetables and stones, taking them to the feet of Mahaprabhu and the Goswamis. From village to village, everyone in every place should be hunted and approached. Take the name of Krishna. Come under the flag of Mahaprabhu. This grand world-wide mission will thrive like anything. It will touch the heavens and cover the earth and other planets also. That was the aim of Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, and we understand and appreciate that. So this is the fourth explanation of Guru and his grace. Is there anything to say? Yes, we have to get also this part. Otherwise our material body is changing, but our mental system, our is not advancing. Our subtle body stops to develop, to go further, to give up old things and get new. If we not give up, the old things will die and we will carry on in the new body, and it goes on like this. Surrender means change. We have to change to enter a higher level of understanding. So he gives some hints of the higher understanding. This only drops those who are on the higher level, who are members of the highest level. They experience all this, what he is giving, just some hints, what the transcendental world, what activities are there, how they vision, how they see things, and how Radha, Govinda, Radha Madhava, beautiful, playing in the forest, and Ravana Das enters this and watching them, and is part of this. This is our goal, to enter one time. Then we have attained our original position, eternal position. This is the place where we are not have to take birth, we are not changing. This is home, sweet home. Either Vrindavan or in any other unlimited rasas or moods are there, we can enter the pastimes of the Lord in these different forms. But once you enter there, you will not come back. You come back if the Lord sends you back and asks you, you come and help to make these conditioned souls, help them out of their ignorance. In our Acharya line is they are not ordinary persons. They're coming from the transcendental plane. If you have not realized it, how can you give it? If you have not understood what you will give, you can only give as much as you have, as much as Krishna will reveal to you, to Gurudev. Gurudev means he is acting according to the will of the Lord, of him. So he may not even know himself. But through him, to the Gurudev, the Lord is acting. This we have not realized and understood. Yes. We are fallen in this world, and we are trying to argue on the mental and a very low level about these things. we are fighting with the most simple thing in this world. This ignorance, this maya, not real. Chaitanya, 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 Nityananda, Nityananda. Jai Shri Gurudev, Jai Shri Sitadev, Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Nitai Gaura Premanandi. Check.